I'm doing chapter 13, They're Past Swan Lake, and for this one, you are required to get Blooming Dance, which you can get from the blueprint by getting a perfect score in 112. And you also need to get a goodwill of at least level 5 with Odwin.
Sonny, it's almost time for dinner. Why don't you take a break? Miss Rosalind, I'm not tired yet. I must complete these official duties by today. Oh my, you're acting more like a crown princess with each passing day. Really? That's what Uncle Arthur told me as well. It seems like I'm getting the hang of it. It must be difficult for you, Sonny. I don't find it difficult, Miss Rosalind. In fact, it only serves to remind me how remarkable my father was. But now my father collapsed from an asthma attack last night. The entire hospital has been in a massive state of panic since then. The physician has stated the father must be on his rehabilitation or his condition might get worse. Father has never been so frail before. He looked as though he may leave me at any moment. Don't be afraid, child. His Majesty will be fine. He won't leave us yet. We will look after His Majesty. Miss Rosalind, I'm thinking all of this wouldn't have happened if I hadn't been so playful in the past. My father wouldn't have fallen sick. This isn't your fault, Signy. You've done well, and Your Majesty has always been proud of you. Everyone knows that you've been learning how to handle state affairs from the Chief Minister. You've won our approval, my future queen. Thank you, Miss Rosalind. Thank you for taking care of me and taking care of my father and me. Sonny, there's no need to be so formal around me. I understand. We'll always be close to one another. Oh, yes, Miss Rosalind. Will you try telling me something earlier? Yes? Sonny, your wedding gown has arrived. Oh, I don't even want to look at it. I'll never acknowledge the wedding yet. I have no choice but to go through with it. The banquet hall, the wedding gowns, guests of honor, anything and everything related to the wedding frustrates me so. I know how you feel, Sonny. I'm sorry for letting you sacrifice yourself. It's fine, Miss Rosalind. I'm mentally prepared. Yes. When these things happen, you need to be mentally prepared. I must protect my country and all that I hold dear at any cost. Oh, my darling bride to be, you're finally back. I'm tired of waiting. You really don't have to. I prefer not to waste my time with you. I know our wedding is important, but you don't have to tire yourself out of it. I'm indeed tired. Since you already see me, you should leave now. Odwin has been visiting my room every day, even to bother me with disturbing and intrusive comments. Okay, I am old enough to understand this, and now I feel awkward. I can't drive this man away. I don't wish to plunge the castle into chaos again. All I can do is ignore him. Don't be so cold to me, Signy. We're about to be wed. You can't escape my grasp, so suddenly he leans into my ear and I almost feel his icy lips. Ah, so spicy. Instinctively, I try to shrink backwards, but find myself frozen in place. Signy isn't your wife yet. Please show her some respect. Don't you dare take liberties with Signy, even if she's agreed to marry you. Look at our dignified, useless prince. He doesn't have an attitude, does he? I believe I've warned you about intruding on us. Are you itching for another curse? Odwin! Are you jealous of me, Meliodas? Just admit it. You're nothing compared to me. Threatening me with that princely title of yours. How laughable. I am no longer a prince, but I am still Signy's friend. I am not afraid of you or your dumb curses if you insist on hurting Signy. I swear I'll take you down with me. What do you mean? I can't speak. You think you can defy me? You should know the real reason why Signy agreed to marry you. I don't care how. She's still my wife soon enough. Don't you worry. I won't dream of hurting my precious bride as long as you stay out of my sight. I'll leave now, but you'd better keep your promise. Aliotis leaves the room, but I know he'll stand guard outside. He always protected me, I know. Finally got rid of the bothers. No one will disturb us now. Signy, shall I tell you a story? May I refuse? Of course you can't. But I'm not interested. You and your magic, pets, curses, I don't want to hear about any of them. I'm a regular human being, a normal, average girl. I don't need to know all this. You don't like those? It's okay, I'll tell you some other stories. This again. He doesn't care if I throw a tantrum or ask politely. He simply continues to act and speak as he likes. This is exactly why I don't understand why girls like bad boys. Or honestly, why anyone likes bad boys. He doesn't care if I hate it or not, and never gets angry at me. Is he trying to manipulate me, or is he just seeking companionship? Since you didn't like the crow story, I'll tell you a story of a boy instead. Once upon a time, in a beautiful ancient kingdom far, far away, there lived a little boy locked away in a tall tower. He yearned to see the world, but was never allowed to leave his prison. All he could do was try catching a glimpse of the scenery outside through a tiny air hole. And what purpose would that serve? The tower which served as his prison was built on a deserted lands. What else could there be on a wasteland? Wilted trees and thorny brambles? Eventually, the boy stopped trying to peek outside. The lifeless surroundings weren't any better than the darkness within the tower. Arden's eyes and voice are void of emotion, as if he's talking about an insignificant person. He doesn't come closer to me, but sits beside the window, gazing at the bleak night sky through a tiny crack. Fortunately, a little boy's fortune took a turn for a better. Shortly after his 17th birthday, he found his first and only friend in the form of an intimidating wizard who appeared out of nowhere. Can you even imagine that? Through the tiny little hole, the boy learned the powerful magic from the wizard. He finally found a sense of purpose in his life. The kingdom eventually collapsed and the boy was allowed to leave the tower. But what stood before him was nothing more than ruins and rubble, yet he couldn't care less. Now he had ideals to pursue. He refused to waste any time reminiscing about his past. All who stood against him suffered the retributions. He is the sole winner in this game of life, don't you agree? Why was the little boy locked away in the tower? So you're finally interested in my story? You wish to know why he was incarcerated? It was a curse, a malice, cruel curse. He was merely a newborn baby and couldn't possibly harm a new soul, but his cowardly parents abandoned him without a thought. Abandoning a newborn? That's too cruel. Science, you understand now? Humans are truly presumptuous and despicable beings. He must be so lonely. Unfortunately, no. He has become powerful beyond belief and could do whatever he wished. It's not his fault he was abandoned by his parents. The evil wizard taught him powerful magic but failed to guide him onto the path of righteousness. If I could, I would gladly be his friend. I'd help him walk out of his past and teach him how beautiful and lovely our world can be. Magic is no more than just a tool of destruction. I can't say that word, so I'm going to skip that. Audwin's story leaves a bad taste in my mouth. It is painfully obvious that the little boy in the story is Audwin himself, but I don't feel like saying it. No one would want to spend their life trapped in darkness. After a moment of awkward silence, Audwin morphs into an owl and flies into the night sky. Sarni, you didn't look good today. Did you sleep well last night? Don't be too harsh on yourself. I'm fine, Miss Rosalind. It was because I was told a tragic story last night and couldn't sleep because of it. Oh, you must monitor your mood. Stop reading such stories. The banquet is about to start. Please get changed quickly. I'm here to see the preparations. It's going to be a long night. Don't worry, I'll be fine. Well, we just heard Audwin's story. That's the only reason why people like Audwin, because he has a tragic life story and does absolutely nothing to try to change himself. Don't you love it when a bad boy just gets worse? Okay, so you need this, which you can get from reaching Aliotis Goodwill level 5 to get the blueprint. Oh, and of course this beautiful dress that you can get the blueprint from chapter 6 of Swan Lake. I like this dress, but I don't like the ribbons. And of course these are required, so you have to get these from the blueprint, get a blueprint of these from chapter 12. And in order to get the blueprint, you need to get a perfect score on chapter 12. And there's these earrings that you get from Pavern's shop. And there's also the makeup, which you can get from Miss Rosalind when you encounter her. And these are just some extra cats I have to boost up my score. Well, not extra cats. Still.
Let's see, is there anything else I'm missing? Oh yeah, I don't have the necklace, which you can get from the pattern shop. Oh, Sally, you were gorgeous tonight. Thank you. My wedding draws even closer. Out of courtesy, the chief minister invites many distinguished princes and nobles to the castle for a banquet dinner. The banquet dinner won't be starting anytime soon. We can stay here for a while longer. Shall I tell you a story then? You too? There are others waiting to tell you their stories too? Yes, but I'm genuinely curious about your story. My story isn't very interesting, though. I'm just a normal prince before I was cursed. I was even naughtier than you were. I often climbed in hidden trees all night. I wouldn't have dared to do that. Mr. Rosalind would punish me with extra assignments. I'm too afraid of that. My tutor was a dignified and stern lady. She complained to my father on many occasions, but I was never punished for it. But why did you do it? My parents often made up excuses to leave me at home while they went on vacations. I was very upset with them. So you tried to voice your unhappiness with being mischievous? Yes, I wanted to show them how it feels when someone you love dearly disappears. They knew how I felt, but they never punished me. It gradually turned into a family game between us. They would scour the entire castle to find which tree I was hiding in, bring me down, and take me on their hips. I don't know. You're so childish. Unlike Avon, who grew up in darkness, Aliotis's childhood was basked in radiance. What a wonderful life it was. Believe me, Sandy, you deserve a beautiful life like what I had with my parents. Yes. My beautiful princess, I am reluctant to say this, but I'd like to congratulate you on your marriage. Only heaven knows how I feel now. I believe I had a chance at winning your hand in marriage. Still, you have my blessings, Princess Siny. Siny, there's still time to reconsider your marriage, regardless of your decision, no matter what it is. Stop bothering her with your meaningless chatter. Princess Siny, our future queen. We'll do our utmost to have a magnificent wedding banquet in your honor. Thank you, everyone. Everyone seems to be in the mood for celebration, and this is the last time as a maiden princess. Well, unknowingly, Princes gave me their sincere well wishes, but it was dreadfully stifling. Right now, I just wanted to escape from it all. Okay, that's it for chapter 13. If you like the read along, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, and like this video. Goodbye for now.